In February 2024, Howie Mandel and his wife of more than 40 years, Terry Mandel, enjoyed a night on the town in Las Vegas. However, a gummy-induced stumble a few hours after the couple had returned to their hotel room dramatically changed the course of the evening, and Terry even ended up in the hospital. Beyonce once sang, "We woke up in the kitchen saying, how the hell did this shit happen? Oh baby." And it's possible Howie has a newfound respect for those lyrics after his and Terry's Vegas mishap. As he shared in an interview on Live with Kelly and Mark, he and Terry had been out for dinner and returned to their hotel room to watch the true crime show Snapped. The couple fell asleep with the show on, but at some point Terry decided to get up and, in her seriously tipsy state, walked straight into the wall.
I don't know where she was headed, but she headed into the wall.
That wasn't all, though. She hit the wainscoting, hit that on her eye, then fell on the floor and broke her cheek, he recounted.
She slipped, went down, hit that on her eye, then fell on the floor and broke her cheek.
As for Howie, he woke up to a thud and a screech, and a whole lot of blood. However, that was just the beginning of the true non-crime scenario. As Howie went on to recount, Terry's reaction to his attempts to help contributed to a bit of a damning situation for him. Howie Mandel explained to the hosts of Live with Kelly and Mark that after seeing the amount of blood on the floor, he put his wife on the bed and ran to grab something cold from the minibar. That ended up being soda cans.
She's going, "Get me ice, get me ice." I don't know where to get ice.
Yeah.
However, suffice it to say, the newly injured Terry Mandel couldn't quite handle the sensation.
I took a can of soda and I put it on her head and she went, "No!" Because it hurt.
Altogether, 3 cans were hurled across the room, 2 of which had been wrapped in a towel. In the midst of all that, Howie realized he could see his wife's skull and called for help. Of course, things looked a little suspicious when security arrived at the room. As an exasperated yet amused, Howie pointed out, "My wife's lying on the bed. There's blood everywhere. There's cans strewn across the room. Snapped is on TV."
My wife's lying on the bed. There's blood everywhere. There's cans strewn across the room.
Of course, security began snapping pictures of the room, which resembled a crime scene, but making matters worse, Howie was unable to say what had happened as he still didn't know himself.
I don't know what happened. They asked her. They don't know what happened. I said, "Please, just call 911.
Speaking to TMZ, the high net worth star expanded on the situation and shared that security had questioned him, going as far as pinning him against the TV at one point. Eventually, security calmed down once Terry realized how everything looked from an outside perspective and started laughing. Cue a very grateful Howie, and at long last, the much-needed trip to the hospital for Terry. While Howie Mandel originally told Live with Kelly and Mark that he'd realized his wife was drunk when they got to the hospital, he made a point of correcting himself when he spoke to TMZ. The reason was that Terry Mandel had been upset that people might question her drinking. She's so worried that people are going to intervene. She doesn't have an alcohol problem. "I'm gonna tell you the truth. She took gummies," he explained. It's not clear why Howie decided not to mention that Terry had taken gummies from the start. However, it's not exactly hard to see why she wasn't happy with the story being told of her falling while drunk. After all, not long after Howie's Live with Kelly and Mark appearance, USA Today used the incident as the starting point of an article discussing the dangers of alcohol consumption. Regardless of what contributed to her horrific fall, Howie told Live with Kelly and Mark that she'd since recovered. "She is absolutely perfect. There is not a scar. She is beautiful," he gushed.
She is absolutely perfect. There is not a scar. She is beautiful.
We're just glad to know the game show host's life partner is okay.